and all the shareholders who are attending this meeting from their places. I request Mayank sir, chairperson of this meeting, please deliver your chairman speech and deliver your past performance records of the company. Mayank sir,
Sure.
over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all directors for choosing me as chairman of this meeting. Firstly, a very good afternoon to each one of you. So I'll start addressing my speech now. Dear shareholders, a very warm good afternoon to each one of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the 18th AGM of Suryaamba Spinning Mills that is being conducted virtually. It's my privilege to address all of you, and I'm delighted to thank each one of you for your participation and time to attend this virtual company's AGM. I hope you have had the opportunity to read our integrated annual report for the financial year March 31st, 2025, containing AGM notice, director's report, auditor's report, and the audited financial statements of the company that have already been circulated to you. With your permission, I would like to take them as read. Moving ahead, I would like to share with you the financial performance highlights of the company for FY 24-25. So the year FY 24-25 was a year of significant challenges with a lot of global geopolitical uncertainty, economic uncertainty, a lot of policy variations, higher energy costs with mounting inflation and volatile markets prevailed almost throughout the year. So it was a year full of unprecedented challenges, and especially for textile industry as a whole. The fluctuation in raw material resulted in lower yarn realizations, reduced demand from downstream apparel companies, increase in energy costs, piling up of some inventories, and severe competition from developing nations like China, Vietnam that were majorly dumping yarn into Indian markets. But we've tried our best to demonstrate our risk-bearing prowess by maintaining similar revenue with a slight dip in EBITDA margins and focus on increasing our internal systems, our cost competitiveness, and ability to change our operational efficiencies with regard to what the market was demanding. So our performance for the year was we've done a revenue of 215.39 crores, EBITDA was 13.62 crores, PBT was 2.84 crores, PAT was 1.17 crores. So EPS was rupees 4 during this year compared to 5.97 in the previous year. And the directors of the board have recommended a dividend of rupees 1 per share for this financial year, subject to shareholders' approval at this AGM. The total outgo on account of dividend to the shareholders will be about 29.32 lakhs. That is subject to deduction of TDS. So we continue our efforts in imbibing and strengthening a strong ethical culture in a company. The near term seems a little difficult with full of challenges and uncertainties regarding tariffs, which is expected to come into order around Q3. So we should start expecting a more stable and robust market in this financial year from Q4 onwards. In the end, I would like to conclude by expressing my sincere thanks to our directors, shareholders, customers, bankers, and all our employees for their commitment, efforts, and initiatives. I also would like to thank each one of you present here for your continued support. Thank you. I now request Kriti to read the auditor's report and brief the members on the regulatory norms and voting process to be followed at the meeting.
Thank you very much, sir. As there is no qualification or adverse remarks in the statutory auditor's report and secretarial's auditor's report for the financial year ended 31st March 2025, which are required to be read at the meeting. With the permission of all the members present, I take the auditor's report as read. As per the Companies Act 2013 and SEBI LODR, your company has provided electronic voting by means of e-voting to the shareholders to enable them to cast their vote electronically. As per the timelines mentioned in the AGM notice, the remote e-voting facility was provided for a period of 3 days, which start from the 17th September 2025 from 9 a.m. Till 19th September 2025 till 5 p.m., which was concluded yesterday at 5 p.m. As AGM is held virtually, the option for physical voting at the AGM is not provided this time. However, pursuant to the rules of e-voting under Companies Act 2013 and circulars issued by MCA, the voting at the AGM will also be conducted by the same e-voting system of NSDL, which was used during remote e-voting. The shareholders who have not cast their vote during remote e-voting process and otherwise not barred from doing so shall be eligible to vote through e-voting system during the AGM. So once the chairman orders the commencement of e-voting, the vote tab on the screen will be activated to enable the shareholders to cast their vote. The icon for e-voting is available on the top of the screen under e-voting tab, which will redirect the members to the e-voting platform of the NSDL. The e-voting facility would close after 15 minutes from the conclusion of this AGM. Shareholders may note there will be no voting by show of hands. Results of the e-voting along with the scrutinizer's report shall be communicated to the BSE, where shares of the companies are listed, and will also be placed on the company's website and website of NSDL within a period of 48 hours from the conclusion of the AGM. Srimati Arju Agrawal, practicing company secretary, she has been appointed as the scrutinizer to scrutinize the e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner. Now, let's go for the agenda items for the AGM. Uh, there are 8 agenda items for the approval of the shareholders today. I will list out the name. Item number 1 is adoption of financial statements. That is to receive, consider and adopt the audited financial statements of the company for the financial year ending March 31st, 2025, together with the reports of the directors and auditors thereof. Item number 2 is declaration of dividend. To declare final dividend on equity share at the rate of 1 rupee each for the financial year ended March 31st, 2025. Item number 3, to appoint a director in place of Srimati Seema Agrawal, Joint Managing Director of the company, who retired by rotation and being eligible, offer herself for reappointment. The text of the resolution is already provided in the notice circulated to the members. So I will read out only the resolutions. Item number 4, reappointment of statutory auditors, Messrs. Manish and Jain and Company for the company for another period of 5 years and to fix their remuneration. Item number 5, appointment of Arju Agrawal and Associates, practicing company secretary as the secretarial auditor of the company. Item number 6, rectification of remuneration to the cost auditors for the financial year 2025-26. Item number 7, reappointment of Shri Mayank Agrawal as a full-time director of the company. These from item number 1 to 7 are the ordinary resolutions to be passed, and item number 8 is a special resolution, which is as under that the approval of payment of remuneration to Shri Mayank Agrawal together with the remuneration to all the executive directors belonging to the promoter category in terms of regulation 17, sub-regulation E, sub-point E of SEBI LODR regulation 2015. Objective along with the explanatory statement already has been set out in our notice of the AGM. And for the sake of brevity, we are not repeating again them. In case the shareholders who wish to seek any clarification, they may raise the query and in the question answer session. There will be no proposing and seconding of the resolutions as the meeting is held virtually. The shareholders who have registered themselves as an speaker shareholders will be allowed to speak, and such registered speaker shareholders may participate in the discussion on the items of business once the discussion is invited by the chairman. The queries will be answered after all the allowed speaker shareholders have raised their questions. Those shareholders who have not registered as speakers but still desire to raise any question may kindly use the chat box provided on the screen. Uh, as we have received certain queries from the shareholders by way of email, uh, I'm with the permission of Chairman Sir, I'm raising their questions for your sake. First query is all of them have wishes the company and board of directors a great success and prosperity in the coming future. Uh, I'm telling the question raised by Mr. A.V. Mani Sundaram. Please, through the light, please give a light on the capex plan for the financial year 2025-26. Second question is raised by Mr. Jaychand. What is the view of management going forward? Sustainability of the profit, earning growth will remain the challenge in coming quarters. Third question is raised by J. Abhishek. What is the cost-cutting initiatives and production enhancement activity done by the management? These are the queries raised by the shareholders on email by way of question answer questions.
So I'll just start with the first question that talks about the capex plans for 25-26. So we've planned a capex of about 7 crores for FY 26, which is majorly catered towards some form of value addition, improving the productivity of existing machines, and majorly focusing on reducing our dependency on labor by cutting the number of hands employed for the same kgs produced. So there's no major capex plan as such for this financial year. And talking about sustained profits, our so we are on track to create similar profitability in terms of last year and last to last year, because this year has been particularly rough, especially end of quarter one and quarter two, on account of major changes in US tariffs that is impacting the entire textile industry per se. So I think it will take another quarter for things to stabilize, because right now the issue is people are very uncertain on where to buy, what to buy, because there's so many changes happening when there is so much inventory in the pipeline. So people are just trying to cut down all the inventory in the pipeline and just stay as lean as possible for the moment. So it looks like a tough time going forward, especially for the next quarter. And Pujit, you want to take the third question on cost cutting initiatives?
Hello. Yeah, so like we've outlined like a 2-year effectively modernization plan that will be including the cost cutting initiatives effectively by streamlining our operations, improving kgs per hand, and streamlining labor requirements. And we are going through on the same in terms of helping us reduce our employee costs as a percentage of sales, which will eventually trickle down in terms of bottom line. We are deleveraging our balance sheet as well to a very large extent, and the same will be seen in the next year financials. So somewhere or the other, our interest costs as a percentage of sales will also go down, and that will help increasing our overall PBT and PAT numbers going ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. Puri sir, thank you very much, Mayank sir, resolving the questions raised by the shareholders. Now I would like to request Mayank sir, uh, please, please give your concluding remark. And I just want to say one more thing that link e-voting will be open for 15 minutes after the conclusion of AGM. So remaining shareholders who wants to vote on the resolutions, they may vote. Over to you, Mayank. Yes. Mayank sir, please unmute yourself.
So, thank you. I think all the shareholder queries that you've received have been answered till now. So this concludes the business of the day. I would like to again take this opportunity to thank all the directors for taking out time from their busy schedule and attending the AGM, and all the shareholders for being present for this AGM, giving their attention, cooperation, and valuable support and time throughout the entire year. I wish all the attendees all the very best, good health, and all the best for the future prospect. I now declare the meeting is closed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, all the members. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll hereby end the meeting for all. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.